Today's egg consumers want to know more and more about the eggs they're buying. Research indicates that most of us are a little bit confused when it comes to understanding what the term barn-laid actually means. So I'm here at Canobolas Eggs to have a look through a barn-laid egg production system. So Rob, when did you start in the family business?
I started in 2009. My grandfather started the business in 1955 and it's been on this site since 1980.
When we see the word barn-laid on our egg cartons, what are we actually buying?
You're buying eggs from hens that are free to move around within a shed. This shed behind us is our newest one and it's a large shed. It's 120 metres long and about 26 metres wide with 30,000 hens in there.
Can we go have a look?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Rob, when I think about barn-laid chickens, I think of them all on one level, but this is more like a tiered sort of structure. Can you talk me through why you chose that?
The world's best practice in housing hens is to go into these tiered structures. Give the birds more space to roam around and at the same time have more birds in the same size shed. There are a lot of advantages of that. One is to lower the carbon footprint of your production, but also you're just increasing the efficiency of the whole system whilst at the same time giving the birds plenty of space and a really engaging environment. They are almost like a jungle gym for chickens.
And so their food and water is on each of the tiers?
The feed lines, they're right in the middle because the chickens can feel really secure eating and drinking in the centre of the system.
So how often does the feed go through?
Well, they're getting 5 feeds a day in here. We're mixing our own feed and putting it in and we're confident that these birds are getting the right nutritional balance for the eggs that they're producing. This is the nest box where all the magic happens.
Okay.
Come on, girls.
Did you choose the colour green?
I chose the colour green because I wanted it to look more natural for the birds.
Good.
Like a tree in the wild. Inside there's a plastic mat where the birds can lay their eggs on a nice soft floor and then they roll out onto these conveyors.
Nice one.
And from there they go into the packing shed.
It's pretty comfortable in here. What is the temperature?
We are aiming for a temperature in the low 20s, somewhere between 22 and 24 degrees most of the year. That's a really comfortable environment for us as people and it's also a comfortable environment for a chicken.
With so many birds in one place, is manure build-up a problem for you here?
One of the key things about these systems is the inclusion of manure belts. So on each level there's manure belts. The bulk of the manure ends up on the belts and ends up going out onto our paddocks. And it saves on the use of more artificial forms of fertiliser and we then turn it into the grain that we pump back into our feed mill.
So it's a pretty closed system, isn't it?
We can't grow all our own wheat and we still need some fertiliser, but we see this as a really sustainable model for us.
Is there a criticism of the barn-laid industry that the hens don't have access to the outdoors?
Certainly that's something that some people do raise as a concern. But on the other hand, we see a lot of positive benefits. The biosecurity is the key benefit. They have no external diseases coming in here. There are no parasites, and so by having them in a closed system where we can control all of that, eliminate all of those problems, and the birds are free to roam around, but we can maintain their health.
Currently, barn-laid eggs account for around 8% of Australia's retail egg market. In a system like this one, where the birds are free to move, free to perch, they have access to food and water, they're in a safe environment, free from disease and weather extreme. So I'm wondering why the demand for barn-laid eggs is as low as it is. Where do these go?
They're going on this spot here when the pallet comes.
So Rob, we talk about barn-laid not being big in the market. Why is that?
Look, I think it's a misunderstood category. A lot of people don't really have a clear idea of what a barn is and what it looks like. Some people just see the world as either cage or free range, and the reality is that's just not, it's not that simple.
In terms of what you guys do at Canobolas, what's the future for you guys? Where does barn fit in?
I think any future expansion for us will include barn eggs. You know, we're really happy with our barn, and I think it's something that if more people see the inside of a barn, they'll start to understand what it means to the chicken. So now, Holly, the eggs are relentless, and you need to keep going.
Oh, sorry.